Hey, welcome to Ferrall and the Prophet. Scott was just hitting me up. He's all worried about his plumbing. And I, of course, assumed it was his ass because he's had like 7 surgeries back there. But no, woe is me. First world problem. His 5-story brownstone has some plumbing issues and the sky is falling. How you doing, bud?
Yeah, it's these, 100-year-old pipes and stuff like that. And I also like every time the guy comes, he does me for like a nickel to a dime every time.
Every
It,
time.
it's just so I asked 34C for a check, and when she gave it to me, I was shaking. And then he's gonna come, and he's the nicest guy in the world until he bills you. Like
Scotty.
he's your best friend until he tells you how much the charge is.
Yeah, and the hard thing here, so everybody knows that plumbers are expensive. Doesn't matter where you are in the country, plumbers are expensive. But in New York City, it's different. You would do better having a colonoscopy than getting your sink cleared. It'll be way less money. New York City, Scott's saying a nickel, it's $1,000. When they show up, say hello and say goodbye to $1,000. It's fucking
I have
insane.
another one. I have another one coming up, a colonoscopy. I think December 5th.
Beauty,
And
beauty.
yeah, like I've had like 10 of them since I had 4 fistula surgeries.
Hmm.
So I have to have them every 3 years. And the day before that whole barium thing where you drink
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fluid and you just spray ass is the worst. That's the worst plumbing problem in the world.
Uh,
24 hours straight, you're just
Jackson
blowing ass.
Pollock.
But I have to say that twice this week I've had shard ass,
Yeah,
which is more of like you feel like you're gonna go,
void, but
but then when you go, it's an enormous wet fart.
yeah. No, I know.
You know?
Say, yeah.
It's but it's still enough to uh, create havoc in your ass crack, and you have to sit there and you just shart, and then you
I
have
get
to,
it.
I use the bidet, and then I have to what,
Uh,
and then like an hour or two later, you got to do it again.
yeah,
And I've had it twice this week,
yeah.
shard ass, and so like my plumbing in the stone is bad. My plumbing in my ass is
The whole
bad.
thing is
And on December 5th, I have to, and top this, I have to have another colonoscopy. And then, as you know, I'm going to Florida to do the college tours with Chop, and now they're canceling flights left and right,
sure.
and they're saying that like planes are crashing, and
Bumping
there's
into each other on the runway, Scott. Oh, excuse me. I was going to make a left. Where are you going?
yeah.
Hello.
So I went to Pittsburgh. It took me 3.5 hours to take off on the runway to go 1 hour.
That
So it took
that
me
gi-
5 hours to go 1 hour.
that gives me the willies because I'm claustrophobic. So I don't like sitting on the ground. I don't mind flying, but I don't like sitting on the ground. That drives me absolutely fucking
Right.
crazy. So not at all a fan of that, Scotty.
You think my flight will get canceled?
No, I mean, listen, it's the luck of the draw. It's a disaster out there, bro. Right now, you've got an entire series of workers who have your very life in their hands, and they haven't gotten a paycheck in like 5 weeks. They're pissed off. They're angry at the world. They hate Democrats. They hate
Tired.
Republicans. Tired, exhausted, and no money. No money.
Can you believe, honestly, I have to ask you, can you even believe that the two greatest shutdowns in the history of this country are under Trump? And he's out there doing speeches about how everything's great, everything's fantastic, it's the greatest country, everyone respects it. I mean, money is just pouring in. We're just, everybody, groceries are down. Meanwhile, they're four
Right.
times what they
Yeah.
were. Everything is chaos. The government is shut down.
Yeah.
They can't agree on if the sun is out
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah.
And there's no end in sight. Can you believe that these pathetic people can't cut a deal or even, they don't even discuss a fucking deal?
Yeah.
And then all these people are starving and no one's getting paid and the air traffic controllers, the TSA. What a fucking shit show. And they don't even solve it. I mean, there's not even like chance that this thing's getting cleared up, is there?
Well, here's Scotty. When I look at that whole turmoil and trauma, all I think to myself is, thank God the ballroom's going up because my
Yeah.
goal is to do a waltz in the White House. I don't really care. Like, if people are hungry,
How
oh,
did they
woe
do
is
in the
me.
elections the other
Yeah,
day? All
yeah,
the Democrats won because of this guy.
yeah. I mean,
It
right?
took him 1 year to have people vilify him.
He's Look, they have to settle this fucking thing. They have to get the government open. They have to get these people paid. Some rich
I
guy
don't see how
showed
they're
up.
going to do
Well,
that.
listen, because there's no skin in the game. Like these people are cretins. On the one side, they want one thing, they won't budge. On the other, it's nine things. And look, Trump is going to have to do a little bit of compromise. Like me, I'm an independent. Sometimes you got to walk across the aisle
He
and
won't
figure it out.
compromise.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I saw him dancing, doing his dance thing that he does in
Yeah, I don't
Miami.
like that.
That's the most embarrassing thing
I
I've
don't.
ever
I
seen
don't
in my
like
life.
that.
I have the college football playoff rankings that came out the other day. You want
Please.
to know who they are?
Yeah, and I actually like to talk a little bit about it. Actually, can you go
All
start with
right.
number 12 and move your way down?
Okay, so Memphis is 12,
Hmm.
and they would play Georgia the 5.
Right.
Oregon is the 9. They would play Texas Tech the 8. And if you recall, we've had this
We
discussion,
have.
and we had all 4 of those teams making the playoff.
Absolutely.
We also have the 11 and the 6. The 11 is Virginia against the 6 Ole Miss. We got both of those right.
Yep.
And the 10 Notre Dame and the 7 BYU. We had all of those
Absolutely. Yeah.
correct. And
All
then the 4 buys are 1
yeah.
Ohio State.
In
They would play the winner of
the lowest seed.
the no. They, well, yeah, I guess. Is
Yeah,
that
I
right?
think they
Because
shuffle it, Scott. But you could we'll figure that out. We'll check it out.
okay, so the 1 is Ohio State. The 2 is still Indiana,
Indiana.
despite
Yeah.
objections from a lot of media
That's
types.
bullshit. That's
The 3
bullshit.
is A&M, and the 4 is Alabama. And I'll tell you why
There's no
that
controversy
they
there.
believe that. They actually believe the national guys on TV, etc., and no names because they're all penises.
Yeah.
Um,
Cockheads. Yeah.
they are cocktooths. Is that they both believe, like the guys that I heard, the
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
shot, big money guys, they believe that Alabama and A&M are both better than Indiana, and that they both play harder, way harder schedules in the SEC than Indiana does in the Big Ten. The fact that they don't play Ohio State, everyone thinks that Indiana's got a gratis schedule this year.
Yeah. Can I ask you something? How many teams go into Oregon with that offense and just piss all over them? Alabama,
No one.
shut the fuck up. First of all, and here's the thing, Scott. Let's take it from the source. When you have a cockhead and your mouth just looks like the slit of a penis and you're spewing all over your audience, like just don't listen to those fucking guys. Stupid ass.
I listen to wins and records,
Yeah,
and I also listen to what do they score and what do they allow
I'm with you.
on both sides of the ball. Indiana's really good,
Absolutely.
and I got to tell you what's crazy about him is that you remember last year in the playoff they lost by 10 to Notre Dame. That
Yeah.
was the closest loss of any game in the playoff.
Hmm.
The playoffs were horrible. They were horrible
Blowouts. Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
all blowouts. There was only one close game. It was Notre Dame and Indiana, 10 points, even though Notre Dame was in control of that game
Yeah.
the entirety of the game. But I
I'm with you.
actually believe, Mickey, that Indiana is, believe it or not, I think they're better this year than they were last
Oh,
year.
listen, they definitely are. And when you get to a playoff environment, you need a fucking coach who isn't going to fuck you up. Ergo sum, you know what happened with Penn State. You have a coach at Indiana that I would line up behind, and when he says charge, I would charge. Like I just
Yeah.
think, and you need that in the playoffs because getting down when it gets close, when you get tight, forget the first round because they're usually Scott, they're usually blowouts. That's just the way this thing works. But after that, you need that kind of coach and you need that kind of program. And I just think those guys are full of shit. How can you not say Indiana's number 2? Yes, Ohio State is definitely number 1. And you know what, Scott? They're probably going to win the whole thing again anyway.
Did you see now? Just not to jump off of college football because I want to get right back
Yeah.
into it, but I want to mention Darian DeVries. Did you see his first game at Indiana last night? They almost scored 100
Yeah.
on Alabama A&M, and I watched him. And his son's on that team, and he's got almost. I think he's 1 point shy of 2,000 in his career.
Yeah, he can score.
He went from West Virginia to
Yeah.
IU, and Indiana looked really good last night. I had said on Ferrall Unplugged that just like you had the day
Yeah.
before on FNT Pod that you said Oklahoma State was going to roll. They did. Same thing I did yesterday. I said Indiana's going to blow out Alabama A&M, and they kick their ass 6 ways till Sunday. The game that I wanted to mention to you that's tonight, and I did not put it up today, even though I wanted to. I want to put it up right now because I truly believe that Texas, San Antonio, and South Florida are going to score fucking 80 points tonight.
Right. So you've got,
I like the over.
you like the over. I'm with you on
It's
that.
67 and a
Yeah,
half,
it's big
and I
number.
should have put it up.
Yeah.
I think they're you look at their
Yeah. No,
scores
I'm with you.
of their games.
Yeah.
They both score. I mean, these two teams, almost every one of their fucking games,
Yeah.
you're talking about 80 to
100
100
points.
points.
I know. I know. It's absolutely out of control. So I'm psyched about also, Scott, as we move, and this is just a great time of year because college basketball has started. College football is right in the middle of everything.
Right.
I mean, you don't even know. You can literally cherry pick the best values across 100 fucking games. I just love this time of year, man. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and I got a hard on last night watching the Knicks beat the T
How
Wolves,
about
even though
that?
Randall jizzed all over their face.
I don't care about Randall jizzing on their face. And by the way, the albino, the redheaded albino guy,
Yeah, DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo. I don't care, Scott, because when the Knicks put 135 piece on a very good team who's been to two conference finals in a row, Scotty, they toyed with them. And by the way, Minnesota shot almost 50% on three on 43s, and the Knicks still crushed them, killed them. Fuck you.
Yeah,
I loved it.
and you know what's weird is I can't believe, to be honest with you, Brown, what he's getting out of that bench. Two straight 40-plus point bench
Bench games. Hart is
performances.
back. And that's, when Hart plays well, that whole second unit speeds up, and they're absolutely great. And by the way, OG Anunoby is still like that critical connector piece for the Knicks. When he plays
Right.
well, like he did last night, it's lights out. It's lights out.
They gotta, he's gotta stay in the lineup. It's almost like Shea Gilgis.
Yeah.
They lost finally in Portland by a bucket, but they lost by two on the road, and they
Yeah.
played a lot of games, and they have a lot of injuries. They've had Abe Lincoln out. They've
Yeah.
had all these guys out, J Dub out. But Shea Gilgis has played every single game, and he's just torching. And, I watched Luca last night, believe it or not. I stayed up late and I watched the Lakers and Spurs.
Yeah.
And this guy already has 200 points in 5 games.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened since 1962. He had another 35
Well,
points last night.
yeah, no, I mean, listen, he's running after Wilt like numbers. Having said that, I still think he was out 4 games, Scott, and the Lakers played really well because Austin Reeves, who by the way is Austin Reeves, is he? I don't know if I can say this word. He looks a little like retarded, Mongol. Can you? I don't know what you can say.
We've had a lot of conversations about the Hillbilly Mamba. I will say this. We hit the elite over last night. That 118, 116
Yes,
went over.
right, 234. That yeah, I know.
We hit that, made people money. I also on the FU said yesterday I liked the Lakers in that game
Yeah.
to get it done, but I didn't bet the spread. I bet the total and hit it.
Listen, you've been on fire. We have been on fire. You get AI, you get human intelligence. It's real simple. We hope you love the podcast. We're dishing you a lot of picks here.
Although,
We want you to join. But if you want the real hot picks, profitable.tv.
listen, and also, Mickey never does what DiVincenzo does before the game, where he goes over and sees his former teammates and gives them a finger
Yeah.
in their rectum.
No.
He doesn't. We don't do that here.
No, not at all.
Like we're teammates, but he never fingers me.
Oh, ever. I mean, and listen, you've got, we know, and one of the reasons I don't, Scott, and this is just because I love you, with the amount of surgery you've had back there, I
Yeah.
just feel like if I had a hangnail, I could put you in the
Lot of
emergency
damage.
room. I mean,
Lot
you
of-
live
a lot of bleeding.
just like
lot of
running
bleeding.
down 42nd Street with a trail of crimson. I don't want to be part of that.
So, by the way, my plumber, who I
Wait,
play
your
basketball
doctor
with,
or your real plumber? I'm trying to.
the plumber fixing my pipes in the stone today. He actually plays ball with me, and he's a dead ringer from Mondani, and so they call him Mondani when they're playing basketball.
That's funny.
with him, and it's the funniest thing. He looks just like him.
Right.
I told you he's Albanian, and if you make fun of him enough, he'll have you killed.
Yeah, and can I ask you something like Mondani? Which every time I hear his name, I think of Mondavi, which I love their wine. But Mondani is a southeastern dude from Uganda who's now the mayor of New York. How did this happen, Scott? What happened here, bro? And he's a social democrat. I don't even know what that is. I really
I think
don't.
I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. Dun, 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 dun. Turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. Dun, dun. All right, what do you got?
All right.
Pro football?
All right, I want to go a little pro football, buddy. I'm going to take you. Listen, seriously, blow off the beginning of this as much as they want. I want a sentence on each of these teams. I'm going to start with the worst in the NFL. We're going to make our way up to the best, and we're going to move really quickly. Tennessee Titans.
I mean, really, you're going to start at the bottom
Yeah,
of the
Scott, I'm
barrel
gonna. I wish
like a
what one said.
monkey?
Piece of shit to you. Is there any hope for these early teams? Say so.
No,
Good. Okay, gone. Jets. Is that with the recent trades? And
no.
no
Well,
trades.
so they look. All I've heard about is the Quentin Williams and Sauce. I tweeted, is he get like does he get this kind of juice because his name is
Sauce,
Sauce?
right?
Because I've never seen a guy talked about more than now. I get the theory that they don't throw his way because he's really good or something like
Bullshit. He's
that.
having a terrible year.
That's a lot of bullshit to me.
Bullshit.
All I know is he never got it done or did anything special, in my view,
Thank you.
in New York
Thank you.
at all. I think Quentin Williams is the better player. And I'll tell you this, they have it's no different than when they drafted these two.
Yeah.
They have drafted well.
Really well.
They have
Brees Hall. A lot of
great players.
yeah.
What they don't have, Mickey, is a fucking quarterback, a real legitimate quarterback. Like Fields is not a great quarterback.
He's terrible,
I think
Scott.
He's an elusive, running, potential
He's
threat,
terrible.
kind of guy. But I don't think he's good. And look, at the end of the day, he's average at best. They have to, now they got 8 picks in the first 2 rounds of
Yeah, they'll pick well.
26 and 27.
Yeah, they'll pick well.
They have to do better with getting a quarterback, and they've already drafted really good players and fucked it up.
Yeah.
They've always had players, draft picks, and everything else, and they've never done anything with them. They've never developed a good team in terms of talent and chemistry and a winner and a quarterback and a coach.
Totally agree.
And a coaching staff. They are a loser organization. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah, I totally get it. I'm diving by the Browns. I'm going to dive by the Giants. We beat that. Finished. Raiders finished. Commanders. Let me bring up the Commanders just real quick. Finished. All right, gone. We'll bust them out. Cincinnati Bengals. I'm with you. 3-6. Yeah, I mean, and by the way, thank God he was in there at the end of that game to help them get blown out. That was so smart.
But it wasn't his throwing elbow. It's the other elbow.
It doesn't matter. He's fucked.
You still can't play football with a
dislocated elbow. You're fucked. Yeah. Atlanta Falcons are 3-5. Any hope for them?
Listen, I think they're better than the 3-5.
Yeah.
Last week I got bad beat City on that 24-23 miss.
You had that, bro. You had that.
All I know is I think they're better than their record indicates, and I think they're going to be in games. At the end of the day, they could end up being a 9-8 team and be begging somebody to lose on the final Sunday to slip in the last wild card.
Yeah, I'm with you. So Dallas did pick up a defender from the Jets. They're 3-5-1. I don't think it's going to help.
I think they stink.
Yeah, me too.
They have no defense, and so you are winning nothing. You are going nowhere
without defense.
When you don't have defense. Yeah. They can't stop anybody. Let alone a running nose.
Yeah, listen.
Or the leak in my pipes in the stone.
Both your pipes. I mean, honestly, both your pipes. Houston Texans 3-5. Not much there.
Again, I think that they're just too average for me. Yeah. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, Cardinals are the same. Arizona Cardinals. And the Cardinals, too, they're even like, there's not really a quarterback controversy, so to speak, but there's not really a good quarterback.
There is. Murray is finished as their quarterback, and they owe him this year $46 million.
This year?
Or I think, no, the next 2 years is like 46 and 44 million, something like that.
Yeah.
And then this year they're paying him literally like $56-60 million.
Yeah.
He doesn't even fucking play. No. And they just benched him IR for 4 more weeks. Brissett's their quarterback. I don't and I've heard national guys say he's playing great right now and everything else. And they won the other night, which I thought was unbelievable in Dallas. To be honest with you, that's 9 out of the last 10 against Dallas. But sucks. I still do not buy the Arizona Cardinals at all.
I am selling the Cardinals. I would never buy them. Baltimore Ravens, I'm going to buy now. I am. I'm going to buy that they're going to turn this around.
They're breathing down the Steelers' neck. Last year, the Steelers choked in December, and I think everybody thinks they're going to do the same thing this year. I hate the Ravens. I hope they all get chlamydia.
Chlamydia, out of all the things you can get, if I had to get one thing.
Burned it.
No, I would actually go with vagitosis. Minnesota Vikings are 4-4.
You know, I actually hate to admit it, but I've been so wrong about this team every week that if I bet on them, I lose. Or although I
They
did
get
win the game in London,
Yeah,
but and then every other time I bet against them or on them, I lose money. I last week Lions. I told you don't ever bet 8.5 in a
yeah,
divisional game. You must be a moron. So I'm a moron.
yeah. No, I totally get it.
I
Chicago,
think McCarthy's good.
he's not bad. Chicago Bears are 5-3.
I actually think the Bears and Ben Johnson has a shot at a wild card.
You do. See, I'm selling. I think they're gonna run out of steam. Carolina Panthers are 5-4.
You know, that's a really tricky question. I don't buy them, but I did take the 13.5 last week at Lambeau,
And
so I don't mind betting on them.
you were comfortable all day because you had 13.5. And you know what, bro? Fucking won it. They took that game on the money line, and that would have been a bet. All right.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars 5-3. Man, I feel like this team is just waiting to blow up. So something's not right about them with me, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what to think. I don't respect them every week, but they seem to
Get wins.
they have their nose in people's asses.
Yeah.
They are involved in games and they are playing for this guy Cone. And all I know is another team that I've been wrong about. Like I don't believe in them, and then they go out and they surprise me.
Yeah, I get it. But once again, seeing the Raiders put a 29 piece up on having them win by one, I'm selling. All right.
Fair enough.
Next up is Los Angeles Chargers 6-3. I'm not selling them.
Is that the Louvre behind me?
Is that? Oh, it is. Scott, I swear to God, I thought you said, is that the lube behind me? I'm like, what the fuck does he have lube on the set
No, I
for?
keep the Louvre in my Stanley
There we
Cup.
go. Well, I don't blame you.
All right. So what was the question
It
again?
was Chargers. They're 6-3.
Yeah, I think they'll beat the Steelers this week. Even though I always say,
You can't get that right.
I always think the Steelers are going to lose, and then they go out and win.
Like last
I,
week.
I do think they'll lose in Los Angeles. Although I got to be honest with you, I think that game's going to be great because I think the Steelers are legit offensively, and I don't know what to believe defensively. Are they the team that shut down the Colts and created 5 turnovers, or are they the team that allows 35 a week?
Right. Yeah, you gotta have to see where that fucking lands. Scott, I got that team for you right now that has 2 quarterbacks, and one quarterback every week is getting richer and richer. San Francisco 49ers, and Mac Jones is playing football. He is.
I bet on them against your G-man and hit that ticket.
Yeah.
So I think they're better than advertised. I think that no one respects them because they keep thinking Mac Jones sucks and he keeps winning.
He doesn't suck. He doesn't suck. And by the way, this is in the long line of the Darnolds, of the Bakers. These are the guys at
Yeah,
27, 28, 26. He's going to get paid, Scott. He's going to get 35 million a year
he's
because
this year's
everybody.
Darnold.
Listen, can I tell you who could pick him up? And I mean this. Based on what they're going to do in the draft, you know who could pick them up? The New York Jets. They got the money. They could end up with Mac
Whoa.
Jones. All right.
Whoa.
Yeah. Green Bay Packers. It's possible. Green Bay Packers 5-1. Terrible loss, Scott.
Terrible loss, but I think they're so well coached by LaFleur and that staff, and I think they're having Parsons. They're legit. I think that they're a playoff team for certain.
Peace.
Oh, the Chiefs. Well, there's nothing I want more than to see them not make the
I know
playoffs.
you fucking. You'd be
Literally,
thrilled.
that's all I care
I know.
about. And I bet on the Bills last week on this
You
show,
did.
and they covered,
Took it home.
and they beat them. And they can't beat them in the playoffs though. But look, right now, the Chiefs are on the outside looking in. They would not make the playoffs today.
No. Patriots, and I'm going to jump you for 1 second here because right now, you always need a great quarterback. And right now, if I had to start my fucking team with a young quarterback, I might pick May.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, aren't they playing the Buccaneers this week?
Yeah, they're playing midseason grade. Yeah, they beat the Bucks. Yeah, they're playing the Bucks. Yep.
Okay, so they're going to lose this week.
Yeah.
But I had them by the balls Sunday in Foxborough with Atlanta. And Atlanta, we all know what happened. The kid missed the PAT.
Yeah.
So All I know is I've been really close. I think this week they finally go down. I think Baker beats them.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. Denver Broncos. I'm gonna throw this out to you right now. Denver Broncos have a fatal flaw. I don't like their quarterback. Bo Nix is gonna fuck you up in the playoffs. But what do you think about them?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They've been certainly the cardiac kids of this season. They win all their games in the second half and in the fourth quarter, and they've been rolling for Peyton. There's no doubt. I actually think, Bo Nix is decent. I think he makes mistakes. He goes for it. I think they're a playoff team.
Yeah, so 34 quarterbacks qualify statistically to be rated, with the QB rating, and below Bo Nix is three guys: Dylan Gabriel, Cam Ward,
Listen,
and Russell Wilson. I don't buy him. I'm selling.
I don't believe that you can win the entirety of the season in the fourth quarter. So what'll happen is they'll get into the playoffs,
Yeah,
be losing in a game, and they're going to lose the
yeah,
game. Like, so you win all these games that don't matter, even though they matter with your record to get to the playoffs. You'll be down in a playoff game at the half, and you will not come back.
right, right. Agreed. Detroit Lions. It's been a weird season for them.
I still think they're legit. I thought the Viking game was definitely a rolled ankle for them. They have to, bounce back. To me, they're still a playoff team, and I don't know who's going to win that North now. It's wide open with Minnesota, them, the Bears. There's just no getting around it, and the Packers. Like, it's just absolutely right now. To me, it's the best division in football.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know where you're going with this one, and I agree with you.
and
Seahawks.
and the NFC West.
Yeah, Seahawks. Here you go. Speaking of,
They're legit, and whoever plays them in the playoffs is going to
yeah,
lose.
I'm with you as well. I totally legit. Colts. I know they had a bump in the road with the Steelers. Don't jump off them yet, gang. They can play. Colts.
Listen, I would agree with the assessment that I heard yesterday that at the end of the day, when you look at the AFC and the playoff scenario and the quarterbacks that are involved in that picture, that he would be the lowest rated quarterback, in my opinion, in the playoffs. When it comes down to it, there's so many better quarterbacks than him that it's not even funny. I think he's had a great start in Indy, but as you know, it's not how you start, it's how you
Yeah,
finish.
and the play, and that's where you're going to see that rubber on the road. Speaking of good quarterbacks, Tampa Bay #4.
I like the Bucks.
Me
I think
too.
it really hurt them to lose Evans,
Yeah,
and I still think they're really good. And we'll see if they prove it this weekend against a good Pats team.
yeah. #3, the Bills.
I definitely think the Bills are legit. I think they have some injury problems, and but I thought they looked really good against Kansas City. They got it done. Everybody says all their problems with injuries on defense and everything else. They still beat them and they stopped them, and that's just all there is to it. And I think they have the most dangerous quarterback for my money right now in the NFL. He's the man,
Yeah, until the playoff.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, until the playoffs start. Los Angeles Rams 6-2, and I know where you're going, but I'm going to jump right in here and say I really like the Rams. The Rams are legit.
Love him. I think that Stafford's a veteran. He's really good,
Yeah,
and they're really good. And they have a defense. They got a pass rush. They have everything. Great receivers,
good
great
coach.
special teams,
Good
great
coach.
coach.
Yeah,
They're no joke. But look, the Niners and Seahawks are dancing with them.
I know. I get it. All right, and the Eagles snuck their way back up to the top of the list. Last week they were #3. They are #1 midseason grade. Where are you with the Eagles, Scott?
Well, so my buddy thinks that they got Phillips, and before the deadline, and that's going to put them over the top, and they're going back to the Super Bowl. I think they're beatable. I do not believe, in my opinion, two things. One, they're not as good as they were last year when they went and Barkley dominated every week and had 2,000 yards,
Agreed.
and he's not doing that this year.
No.
And so that changes everything for me. And the second problem is A.J. Brown is a prick, and he's complained the entire fucking season. He's a fucking prima donna bitch. All he does is fucking,
Hey,
it's all about
seen that.
me, I. There's nothing worse for a team than a guy that splinters
Cancer.
and fractures the team.
Yeah.
And when it's all about me and I want the fucking ball and nobody else matters, eventually I think that kills them and they'll lose and they won't repeat.
Yeah, there you have it. Those are the top teams. Scotty, we just landed exactly at the 30-minute mark. I mean, it's like a fucking miracle. We're spot on, brother. You got anything for me
Okay,
on the
well,
way out?
before you get out of here, so I plead the fifth on the Georgia Southern and App State game tonight because I got action on it.
Sure.
There's one NBA game, Clippers and Suns. It's in Phoenix.
Yeah.
I have
Action.
action on
I
that
know.
game as
Yeah.
well, and I just want to tell you, for the sake of it, because the other day I gave you on the FMP, I gave you 7 out of 10 hockey winners.
Yep.
Now there's a bunch of games tonight. I like Boston at home over Ottawa. I'll give Buffalo a shot over St. Louis at home. I love Carolina at home. The Devils at home over Montreal. Carolina over Minnesota. I think the Caps can beat the Penguins tonight, even though they played last night, because Pittsburgh's got massive injuries. Their goalie, they got Brazil out. They got guys up and down the lineup. Achiri, they're all out. And I know they're 8-4-2, but their whole team's out. So that's a problem for me. Washington's favored. I like Dallas over Anaheim at home. I plead the fifth on the Nashville Philly game. I bet on that. Tampa Vegas. I like Vegas at home. And Florida LA. I actually like LA at home over the Panthers, the champs at the Crypt in Lipstick City. I always love to give you free hockey plays on the FMP
I'll give
pod.
you I'll give you one more throw in. Scotty's the hockey expert, but I'll tell you what AI loves. AI loves by a 2-goal margin, Washington and Pittsburgh going over 6, but you will have to pay 125 at MGM. Scott, is that worth it?
Yeah, last night I got burned on that under in the Utah Toronto
Yeah, they ended
game.
up with
It was
8.
a 2-2 game, and then it
Well,
exploded
yeah,
in the third.
five
They
three.
scored three
Yeah, it was
goals, the
5-3.
Leafs. So
Yeah,
it
I mean,
sucks.
I couldn't. I was
Yeah.
shocked by that. Yeah, so that's the over. I like that. It's a little bit expensive. If you have to pay it 6.5, I actually wouldn't do the bet. I'd rather just cash out. But I would play that at -125. Scotty, I love you, brother. I can't wait for our Saturday show. It's my favorite day of the week. I'll talk to you later.